Okay. Whoops. Hold on. I gotta do this one little last thing. Look at this. Come and look. What is this? We got a cubic yard here now, right?
I think so.
Of finished, beautiful compost.
Is it warm still, or is it cooled off?
Yeah, it's still warm. I would say it's probably like 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
But anyways, you might ask why I'm turning compost at 7:30 on Sunday morning. It's because I need to get to the golf course. Because my buddies are playing in the final round of the DC Open, which I got to play in. It was awesome. I didn't make the cut, but you know, that's okay. I got to play in front of my family, my friends, and yeah, it was just awesome experience. So, and I don't know what I missed it by, but it was close. It was close. I kind of went for it on the last couple of holes, and missed it by a little bit more, but that's all right. So I was thinking, well, I was flipping compost here, but what were the highlights of the week for me? And it was definitely my family and my friends being out there and just going for it. Just going for it. Let's go. And I thought of a story that I was actually going to tell at my dad's celebration of life, but I was just a wreck. I couldn't finish. I just had to finish. But I remember I was 12 years old, and he was a great baseball player. And they were, I don't know, 40, 45, and they were playing in this tournament of all young kids, like up-and-comers. And I think Mike McAvoy was there, and, you know, just a bunch of legends. And it was like the 8th or 9th inning, and they were down by 1 run. Let's call it the 9th, because it makes a better story. I think it was the 8th, but anyways. And my dad was up to bat, and there was 2 out, and he was facing this like phenom. He was like an 18-year-old. He had been, I think, drafted by the Oakland A's, and he was headed to the big leagues. And my dad, he stood up there, and strike 1, wicked curveball. My dad just froze him solid. And then fastball inside, strike 2. Third pitch, he's got the bat, and I'll never forget this. I was sitting by my mom in the stands, and I probably broke her hand. I was squeezing it so hard. I just wanted him to hit this thing. Third pitch comes in. All I see is my dad just swing as hard as he can. Strike 3. He's out. Game's over. And I remember I went up to him, and I had like tears in my eyes. I was super sad. And he picked me up. I don't think he picked me up. I was 12. Probably didn't pick me up. But he looked me like right in the eyes and said, "Don't be sad, I gave it my all." And that's what I did. I remembered on the 18th hole, I had to make a 2 to get in. So I was over my drive, and I looked at my line, and I thought of that moment, which was crazy. And I had his hat on at the time, which I touched every time before I hit a shot. And I thought, okay, I'm just gonna like give this my absolute all. I got over it, and I was like so stoked to hit this ball. And I swung as hard as I could at it, like him, and hit the worst drive of the week. Just right into the trees. So, but that's okay. It's okay. I walked up to the ball. I was kind of like stapled to a tree, and I still thought I could make 2. And I thought, okay, like, let's just get over this. Hit my shot, blocked it to the left, and I knew it was over for me. But it didn't matter. I still wanted to like make the chip, right? So I walk up to the chip, and you know, one thing about my game is that I'm a good chipper. And I got over it, and I looked at everyone. I saw Ian Stone in the crowd. I saw you guys. Got over it. I asked Dave, you know, what he wanted to do, and we decided on the club. I got over it, and for some reason, I just I sculled it almost over the green in front of all these people. And at my first instinct, I was embarrassed, but I was like, okay, like, you know, like, let's make this next putt. So I got over the putt, and it was just this disgusting, like, huge breaking straight down the hill putt, and I felt really good. Hit my putt, and just hit a horrible putt. It was horrible. I could hear the crowd, like a gasp in the crowd, and I'm like, ah, oh, come on. So it got to the bottom of the hill, and I had, I don't know, 8 feet. 8 feet. So I brought Dave in, and we looked at the putt, and I'm like, Dave, you know, what does this do? I don't know. And he said hit it right edge. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit it right edge. So I looked at the putt, got over it, thought of like my dad, you, my mom, my 3 sisters, and I'm like, let's just bury this barking thing. So I got over it, felt really good. I was 11 for 11 inside of 10 feet. Got over it, just stroked it, kept my head down, looked up, and just buried it right in the middle for a 5. It was a bogey. It didn't mean anything. I could have made 6, 7, 8. It wouldn't have mattered. But I really wanted to make that putt, and I did. So that was awesome. Awesome. And I missed the cut, but that's okay. Now I get to go watch my buddies play. Go Eric, go Maddie, go Ruddy, go Robin, go Victoria. Let's go. Oh, and Jeevan Sahota. You'll probably hear that name again, I think. And you'll probably hear Robin Connellan again, I would think as well. So, let's go Victoria.